All right, now that that's done, get warming up in here. Look at a couple things. I made some templates the other day for cab mounts for the S10 frame. Put the 52 cab on. Got some templates. I'm gonna go see a buddy later, get some steel, probably an 1/8 inch plate and some 3/16 for the top plates. And we'll get those made up, welded up. I got all the measurements off a forum. The guy's done quite a bit of these. I liked his design, so that's what I'm going with. Did a couple things the other day, pulled the box off, pulled the motor and tranny out, threw everything outside. I'm sick of waiting to sell parts. For anybody who thinks they want to part out vehicles, what a pain in the ass. I do not have the time nor the patience waiting on people off Craigslist and everything else. Say they're coming, they want it, they don't, they're not coming, whatever. I got no time for that crap. So quite honestly, I paid $300 for the whole truck. I've made almost that back on a couple parts I have sold. That's fine by me. Sorry, we're back. I'll probably just scrap the rest of the parts. I don't know. I'll keep the cab around for a little while, just make sure there's no other parts I need off of it and a couple other things, but eventually everything's just gonna get scrapped. I ain't got time to mess with people. But once I get those cab mounts made up, they will be welded onto the frame. I got some cleanup to do. I did cut off the stock cab mounts off the other side. We got to get these off, that off. I did cut the front frame horns off because it looks like you're supposed to. I got to pull the bumper off, a couple other things. Just start stripping it down and get it cleaned up. And once I get the cab mounts made, I'll weld those on and we'll start really cleaning this frame up and probably paint it. All right, so I think I'm gonna get going cutting these cab mounts off. Alright guys, got both those cut off. This one is pretty easy with the cut-off wheel. This one not so much, the way it's welded. Had to torch cut that. Be careful. Gas tank's right there. Lines are right there. Have a fire extinguisher handy just in case, but got that cut off. Now I gotta see if I got a flap wheel, get the welds cleaned up, and see about starting to clean up the frame. Here's one more thing I wanted to show you guys. Hang on, let's unplug this blower so you can hear me. I did clean up these heads. Cleaned up pretty good. One thing though, remember I did not want to pull these heads off, and now I really wish I wouldn't have, but you know, because that just opens a whole other can of worms. But anyway, cleaned up pretty good. I did notice when I pulled them out of the parts washer, it almost looked like some of the liquid was running out of the valves, some of them anyway. So I thought, well, let's take a look and see if they're leaking. Let me show you one way to see if they are. Take you some liquid, don't matter what it is, spray it around the valve just so there's something there. Take you some air, exhaust port. Look at that, it's leaking. There's a handful of valves on this head that are leaking, exhaust and intake. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna lap these in. We'll see how that seals up. I'll do a video on that. But the other thing, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick this up. See that? It almost looks like a little crack between the valves. Not sure how big of a deal it is. I know on an old small block cast iron head that would worry me. I did some checking, did some research, and a lot of guys say that it's pretty common on these heads and you're not going to have a problem with it. So more than likely, I'm going to run them. I don't really care, unless maybe a good set of 243s lands in my lap or something. I'm probably just going to run them. So okay, I'll do a video when I lap these valves in and see if we can get them to seal up.